The fight game is truly an international experience for Rafael Xavier. Born and raised in Brazil, currently living in Germany, doing his fight camps in Las Vegas in the United States, absorbing the best he can out of all of those backgrounds and locations. Incredible power for Rafael Xavier. Best displayed a couple of bouts ago when he fought and beat Carl Albrechtsen. It was actually a jab that knocked his opponent down. Every strike with ill intent for this man. And actually, in the fighter meetings, he gave us a little smile and through the translator told us, yeah, I think I'll get him with the jab this time too.
Such an overbearing fighter. You know, you see him standing in front of Tyson Pedro and they look relatively similar in size, which is quite surprising considering Tyson Pedro has moved up weight classes. But you look at Xavier compared to a lot of light heavyweights, and I mean, he's a huge individual. See the long reach on him as well and why that jab is so effective. He's able to punch people from such a distance away.
Although he's coming off of 2 losses, Tyson Pedro says that he is in the best phase of his career thus far and enjoying it more than ever. He's got 13 years of pro fighting under his belt, but he says that now he's just focused on getting quality fights with the best fighters in the division, and tonight that is Rafael Xavier. Now, he says that Rafael's striking prowess and size will give him a fun challenge, but in watching film, Tyson believes that he has found some key weaknesses in Rafael's style, and he is ready to exploit them in the cage right now.
You heard Kennedy mention the film study and finding the weaknesses. Tyson Pedro really is a student of the game, and he relocated his training camp. You see his coach right there in the prep point, Eugene Behrman. You had a great conversation with Coach Behrman in between rounds, Dan Hardy. Available online, you can find it now. Really insightful stuff, and that is the education that Tyson Pedro is absorbing with the relocated camp.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to sit down for a good, 30 or 40 minutes this week and chat with Eugene Behrman and all of the fighters that he's had coming through his gym, all of the skills that they've got, all of the coaching that is in that gym right now. I was so interested to see what role Eugene Behrman plays, and everybody tells me the same thing. He's the first person in the gym in the morning, he's the last person out at night, and he is the one person that every single fighter in the gym trusts and will listen to above everything else. A real wizard of mixed martial arts, and Tyson Pedro finding a new home there. Really feels like he's dialed in for this one against Xavier.
Ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event tonight is set for 3 5-minute rounds in the PFL light heavyweight division. Introducing first, standing in the blue corner at 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 205.2 pounds, with a record of 14 wins and 9 losses, including 9 knockouts and 3 submissions. Representing Berlin, Germany, Kratos Rafael Xavier! And his opponent, standing in the red corner at 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 206 pounds, with a record of 10 wins and 6 losses, including 5 knockouts and 5 submissions. Representing Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, Tyson Pedro!
All right, gentlemen, ready? Ready? Let's go, fight.
Arkham Trade with Intelligence. We are underway in the co-main event.
Pedro throwing stuff out into that space between them, trying to get Xavier to commit to something. Looks like Tyson Pedro's trying to draw him in. Trying to get him to commit to something, maybe. You look how he's pulling himself away. Interesting. Trying to get his opponent to overcommit.
3 kicks now from Rafael Xavier. Testing things out with the legs while Pedro throws the searching punches. Oh! Blocked with the hand, the right hand of Tyson Pedro. Only thing between his skull and that kick, an exchange of calf kicks.
Yeah, both landed a good calf kick. Kind of breaks even with that. Good feint by Tyson for Xavier to move back. Lead hook kick attempted by Xavier, unorthodox for mixed martial arts. Good calf kick by Tyson Pedro, hidden by his right hand.
Already some redness showing on that lead calf. These are big boys. Can't afford to take too many. Xavier gives one back to Tyson Pedro.
Lots of feinting going on. Both trying to draw each other out. Tries for the high kick, drifts away by Tyson Pedro. Tries for the high kick his own, gets a good crack off the forearm.
Ow. Another calf kick. Those things are collecting a heavy tax even early in this fight. And Pedro hides that lead leg with a stance switch. And it's already compromised his ability to step on that lead foot.
Yeah, and also compromised his own ability to throw that kick as well. We can see from the commentary booth the swelling on the lead leg, especially compared to the rear leg that's not taking any damage. Look at the swelling, wow. And you can already see that Tyson's struggling to put weight on it, which is not ideal because he wants to be kicking with his right leg, standing on his left leg. Oh!
There it is again, Rafael Xavier chopping away at it. Honey Marks in the corner calling for more.
Tyson Pedro can't take too many more of these kicks. He's surely going to have to take the risk of switching his stance.
Or at least crashing in and taking some of the distance, because that calf kick is most effective when you're out at the end of it.
Minute 45 to go. They're going to have one pair of legs between them if this fight keeps going the way that it is. Both of them struggling with that calf kick.
Big miss with that left leg this time for Xavier. He threw it out of the southpaw stance. Now he goes back to orthodox.
You could see a little bit more aggression from Tyson Pedro, trying to get himself into punching range.
Gorilla Energy Drink fuels the PFL. Scan and grab a free can near you. Scan the QR code. Good check on the kick this time from Tyson Pedro. Although with the damage already done, it's not as much of a help as it might have been earlier.
The redness on the outside of that lead leg is starting to match the color of the shorts of Tyson Pedro, who not only has to try and keep that lead leg safe, but he also has to predict where the kick's going. Xavier keeps throwing them up to his head and into his midsection. Ouch! My goodness.
Pedro tried to hide the calf kick behind his own right hand, ended up not really committing to either. Man, that's 3 or 4 times the high kick has just buzzed by the tips of Tyson Pedro's hair.
Can't put weight on that leg though now. That's really going to compromise his defense.
He's stumbling. Rafael Xavier with the hatchet elbows now. And Tyson Pedro wilting against the cage. Mergliata is there.
Do something, Tyson.
More elbows from Xavier.
Tyson, do something.
It's over. Rafael Xavier with a first-round TKO.
But just seem to have had such great effect with those calf kicks early on. So here we are. There's the high kick. Goes around the arm, catches Tyson Pedro, top side of the head. You can see he's starting to wobble with the power in those kicks. You can't really block just with one hand. And now he's backed up against the fence. Xavier feels the finish is incoming. He starts to chop down with these elbows. And then Tyson Pedro in bottom position. As soon as he hears the referee say you've got to move, he tries to build up. And one more elbow gets through and really cuts him bad. And you can see Tyson, no more fights in him.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 minutes and 59 seconds into the first round, your winner by TKO, Kratos Rafael Xavier!
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.